That is one big pile of shit.
Queens, nothing but 'em. Rexy finally comes home and in roaring great condition. I'll be honest, the Hammond collection continues to wow me on a significant scale, but is our fair heroine Rexy, or Roberta, perfect? Let's find out. I'm going to be singing this figure's praises so high people are going to think I'm a Christchurch. Just look at it. Oh my god, Mattel. I remembered this time. You friggin' masters. Ah. Now, I can't really go about talking about the head without opening up the mouth, so of course, articulation spoilers, but you already knew that because promo pictures. Man, where the hell do I even begin? Loving all the different colorations across Rexy's head over here. Some lighter browns, some darker browns, some nice dry brushing going on the pointed parts of her head over here. Although they are a little on the messy side, but I don't care. It is just so friggin' impressive, but one thing holds it back. Can you guess what it is? It's the eyes. The promo pictures showed something more than what we really got. Yes, the glass eye or the translucent eye. I appreciate Mattel trying to do something cool here, but it kind of just falls on its face. In fact, the eyes kind of look like a light-up feature that doesn't work anymore. Now, you can see the pupil in there a little bit, and it's nice that the eyes are indeed yellow, but in a case like this, I would have just taken painted eyes, honestly. The eyes are gonna get a half a star. Your hearts were in the right places, but the execution didn't work. But anyway, back to paint in detail. You can practically count all of the bumps on Rexy's head over here. From big to small, there really isn't anything to sneeze at here. This is almost SH Monster Art's level of quality when it comes to the detail, and yes, even the paint. But what makes this even sweeter, when you open the mouth fully, you're going to get some magnificent detail on the membranes over here and the rubbery. Oh yes, nice and rubbery. They stay in place, and what I like about them even more is that they do buckle in once the mouth begins to close. See? See how they buckle inward, and then once you go full, they just straighten out, and it looks so cool. And it looks like they dry brushed a brighter shade of pink to go on the more raised portions. Like, that is friggin' magnificent, dude. And yes, as I'm sure you all know by now, even the tongue is nice and rubbery. Oh yes. And much to my surprise, there's actually going to be paint variation on the inside of the mouth as well. I originally just thought that was like reflective paint, but no, it's paint. Normal paint, not reflective paint. There we go, I got it out. And I'm pretty dang sure we'll get a little bit more of that on the roof of the mouth and at the back of the throat as well. Closing up the mouth, we could see some beautifully weathered teeth, and the paint isn't messy this go around. On either side, even on the lower jaw. Look at how clean it is. This is friggin' award-worthy, dude. Although we do have a couple of pink splooches on these teeth. That's okay, I don't care. More beautiful paint and detail on the top of the head, and now we can finally move on to the rest of the friggin' figure. I'm sorry, look at this thing. I have to gush about it. It's my job. Beautiful light and dark browns and speckle coat Rexy's neck, moving into her torso. The wrinkling, the bumps of the scales, it's all so, seriously, no matter the angle, this is the absolute definition of a masterpiece. Like, I just can't get over it, man. Why does this $50 toy for kids ages 8 and up look this good? How is it possible? I know you're not supposed to question good things that happen, but god damn, this is fucking impressive. Before I forget, the underbelly is properly painted and it all matches up very, very nicely. Sorry for the crotch shot there, Rexy, but as you can see, we are still going to get some beautiful, amazing detail on the underbelly of Rexy and even on the bottom of her chin and jaw. Yes. Do got some paint scrapage over here though from Articulation, but after handling Barry as much as I have, this is something that I was outwardly expecting, and that's perfectly fine, man. It's on the underbelly. I don't give a crap. Since we're in that general area, I guess we could talk about the arms. They are tiny, but they are lovingly, lovingly detailed. I think it's pretty dang cool how they were able to match up all the different colors, the whiter colors for the undersides of the arms, and the darker colors for the upper parts of the arm. Yeah, it ain't no Picasso, but it's still pretty dang cool. The same thing will essentially be repeated on the other arm as well. Still great. Now we can get to the waist and thighs area. Yet again, more fantastic detail, more fantastic paint. I'm gonna sound like a broken record by the end of this review. We do have a bit of a paint befuddlement up here, and it was like that out of the box, so this time it wasn't my fault. But again, I'm none too bothered by it. The detail, the coloration, the everything. Mattel, please. Murder Playmates and get the Godzilla rights. Yet again, I have to admire Mattel's attention to detail for the color scheme. I love that the hind part of the thighs, legs, and ankles over here are all the same color as the underbelly. It works. It looks great. And again, the detail. When it comes to paint and when it comes to detail on the lower halves of the legs moving into the feet, I think it's all fantastic. It really is. Yes, Rexy's feet are a little bit freakishly huge. Not exactly scientifically accurate, but at the same time, this is a big girl. It's a big figure. You need the big feet to hold it up. Had this thing had smaller feet, this review probably wouldn't be all that positive. The armor-plated look of the skin, the faint details on the toenails, the musculatures of the ankle moving into the knee. Oh, this is all truly magnificent. And wouldn't you know it, they painted the Duke claws on both friggin' sides. Bandai! Yet again, sorry for the butt shot there, Rexy, but I really do love how the base color browns and the speckle really does fade into the underbelly colors. And the detail as well. Oh man, this line's got my friggin' number, dude. And looking at the top of the back, the neck, moving into the waist, hips, and tail, everything matches up pretty dang well, and the paint and detail is magnificent yet again. Except up here where it clearly doesn't match at all. And much like Barry, I like that the paint continues down to a certain point on certain joints, so no matter what way you really have it, the colors will match up and continue that pattern. I actually think it was done a lot better here on Rexy than it was on Barry. Like, look at that, man. Perfection. It's even very much present over here on the torso joint as well. Rexy, yet again, I'm going to have to apologize for another underskirt shot, but I just can't help it. The paint, the detail, it all matches. It all looks so good. Can you tell that I am impressed with this figure? And much like Barry, we're going to get a lot of great detail on the bottom of the feet as well. And I do think I detect a hint of dry brushing going on over here, although it might just be paint that was left over from the toes. Or it might not be. I don't know. Maybe Mattel gives that much of a shit. To which case I must repeat, please, someday, buy Playmates and get the Godzilla rights. I mean, really, man, the idea. Giant Godzilla with articulation similar to this, as well as paint and detail? I'll pay $50. I am going to give Rexy a solid star in terms of paint and detail. Mag-friggin-nificent. And now we can move on into articulation. Starting at the head, the mouth has 3 levels. Closed, half open, fully open. I'm pretty sure the mouth is on a ratchet joint. And while I do love that, and I do understand why they did that, I do so wish I was able to open and close the mouth however much I wanted and not relied on a ratchet joint. But again, they wanted to do little membranes in the mouth and everything. And having a mouth that can open as wide as the joint allows it to probably would have tore those things right off, and then you just would have had a minor bummer, not a full bummer. Anywho, the tongue can move up and down, can go all the way up, can go all the way down, and can stay centered. And yet again, is rubbery. Although when it comes to the tongue going all the way up, I think it kind of just falls back into place. But at the end of the day, why would you need Rexy's tongue all the way up there? Gotta scrape the Jurassic peanut butter off the roof of a mouth. And again, I love these little membranes over here, and I love how they buckle. So cool. From the head to the upper part of the torso, we will get a pretty wide range of movement. Rexy can look left and right, and the turns can be pretty dang deep, too. You can look up that far at the head and down that far. Moving down to this nice rubbery piece at the neck, you'll be able to look up even higher with the help of the head joint, and you'll be able to look down even further with the help of the neck and head joint. And yes, it only gets better because at the top part of the torso, we will be able to look up even further. completely out of frame. She's looking up to the heavens asking God to kill Peter Parker.
I want you to kill Peter Parker.
I made that exact same joke last time with Barry. Yikes, I really am a one-trick pony. And of course we can come careening downwards to make Rexy look like she's staring at some humans. What the hell is she staring at, actually? Huh. Appropriate. He looks terrified. And now to talk about the arms. They can go all the way around. My arms do give me some trouble here and there, but it is possible. There's also a hinge joint up here, but mine, yet again, it's a little on the stiff side, and I kind of have to finagle about with it before I get the proper movement out. It's weird. But yeah, there you go. There's the hinge. I did a good job, right? We're gonna get a pretty decent bend at the little mini elbow over here. And you can bend up at the wrists like so, and down at the wrists like so. And now for these beastly friggin' legs. First off, the thighs can move in and out to accommodate for poses. They can, in fact, move all the way around like so. Holy hell. Now please bear with me as I work with this, because this joint over here is a little stiff on my copy, and it's stiff on both sides, both a good and a bad thing. So you will get a bend at the upper portion over here, and another bend at the knee over here, so I guess that counts as a double bend, right? You'll get a bend over here as well as a swivel, and you'll also get a bend down and a bend up at the foot over here as well as a swivel. Yeah! And last but most certainly not least, we have the tail, which will have two ball joints in it, so you'll be able to go from side to side, up and down, and you'll be able to rotate however you please. Same for this portion of the tail. A little bit harder to move it since this part is all mostly rubber. And speaking of rubber, the entirety of the tip of the tail is a bendy wire, which I don't like messing about with, just because I'm a day one NECA Godzilla supporter. Those bendy wires always gave me agita. But that's not to discredit the type of bendy wire that Mattel used. Okay, maybe a little bit. It's not the best bendy wire, and even now I just hate using it. Because I feel like I'm gonna snap it, but you will get some pretty magnificent curves with it, even if it doesn't look all that organic. Yeah, I think my favorite part about this bendy wire is that it snaps back into a straight pose pretty easily. No kinks. All that magnificent articulation, y'all already know Rexy's gonna get a solid friggin' star. I never need to buy another Rexy figure ever again. The paint is near collector grade quality, the detail is sublime, the articulation is religious levels of godly, real biblical stuff right here, and all for what? 50 bucks? Well, technically I paid 60, but even then, I got more out of this gal than I'd get with most high-end collector lines. And if you ever wanted just one Jurassic Park figure ever in your collection, this is the one to get. Always. Unless, of course, you're a Jurassic Park 3 fan and want a Spinosaurus in this scale, then I say wait it out, because it's probably gonna happen, and I'm probably going to get that too, even though I hate that bastard. Yeah, I absolutely love this thing. Remember Prehysteria? It's Elvis. Anybody? No? Just me? Okay, I'm old. The Hammond collection absolutely has my number, and I am going to be returning to the park very, very soon with another Hammond collection release. Although, I am a basic bitch, so I'm probably just going to be getting the meat eaters and the toothy motherfuckers. Although that Triceratops is nice, I'm only going to get the dinosaurs that I am directly interested in. So I apologize if anybody's expecting a full line review. You're not going to get it from me. Not yet, at least. Maybe later. But anyway, I have been ShinRobjira. I do so hope you all enjoyed this video. I hope you all have a lovely weekend or weekday whenever you end up watching this. And I will see you all next time. Peace.